Well, it's noon here in Lagos, Nigeria. Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Politics. I'm Kayode Kikelu. But first, the highlights. Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, in Nigeria as he visits Dangote refinery, making him the latest high-level visitor to the facility. And it's a day after the root shock of another petrol price increase as petrol retail outlet owners blame this on the possible difficulty in landing the product, while independent marketers say it's the result of full deregulation in the sector. As yet another bitter pill to swallow for Nigerians who just barely adjusted to the previous price increase amidst the already challenging economic headwinds. But the question is there an end in sight? Well, we'll find out on the show. Welcome to the program. Let's tell you that for the second time in just about a month, petrol prices have gone up, with NNPCL outlets in Lagos selling a litre of petrol for 998 naira, which is 150 naira higher than the initial price of 855. While in the nation's capital, Abuja, the pump price of a litre of a commodity went to 1,030 from 897 naira. Well, that move triggered a hike in the price of a commodity in other filling stations. It is sold for 1,050 naira in some parts of Lagos State. Well, the NNPCL has not commented on the sudden increase of roughly 15 to 20% seen at the pumps nationwide, but it marks the second such hike in just over a month. In early September, the NNPC Limited acknowledged huge debts to fuel supplies and announced roughly 40% price increase to help its finances. But Nigerians are already battling soaring inflation and food costs, as well as a battered currency. Now, this recent hike is shrouded in a lot of, mysticism, as it will seem, and that's coming from the national president of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, Mr. Billy Gilly Harris. The Petron president, who was a guest on our breakfast program, The Morning Brief, said the NNPC price template does not reflect Dangote's input and that it may just be time for private refinery operator to speak up concerning the matter. He said this is important because the same refinery has been very plain with the price of diesel it sells to marketers.
I speak to you this morning. I don't know what Dangote's price is all about, and that is speaking a lot, because at this point in Dangote's campaign into Nigeria, retail outlet owners like us should be able to know this is how much Dangote is willing to sell to us. And we have kept that shrouded in secrecy up until now. NNPC came out and gave us a price template. That also did not tell us what is the exact price input from Dangote. So we will encourage Dangote to open up space of communication, talk with all the stakeholders, get valuable inputs from everybody, because it's a business that involves Nigerians, retail outlet owners like us, marketers, and different consumers. I'm unable to confirm to you if Dangote increase their prices or reduce their prices, because we are not aware. I can tell you about their price for diesel because the diesel prices were made known to us. Most of us patronize the diesel, prices. The diesel purchases. So we know when they increase, we knew when they reduce. But in the case of the PMS, I don't have any information. And so I'm incompetent to make any input into that.
But on the flip side, economist Kelvin Emmanuel has said that until NNPC Limited makes an official announcement that the price of PMS has been effectively regulated, and the commercial player cannot send out a price template.
I'll tell you what is going on. Until NNPC writes Dangote and writes Nigerians and tell Nigerians that sections 205 and 206 of the PIA has been complied with and the market has effectively been deregulated, Because as we speak, NMDPRA regulates Dangote, and Dangote is subject to regulators. Today, as we speak, until there's official communication, not the closed-door meetings they had in Lagos earlier this week, to the public and to the refinery, the price of PMS is still regulated by the government. And if the price of PMS is regulated by the government, a commercial player in the midstream sector cannot come and send out a price template because it's regulated. Diesel is not regulated by the government. Diesel was regulated by the government more than 10 years ago. Jet A1 was regulated by the government more than 10 years ago. So of course the refinery can produce price on that. But for PMS, the market is still regulated because there's not been any official communication.
Now let's tell you that the Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, is currently on a tour of the Dangote refinery. More visitors are continuing to pour in at the refinery here in Lagos. And the latest being that you see Mr. Mitchell Dixon, who is the Prime Minister of Grenada. He was received and led on the tour of the refinery by the chairman and CEO of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, and other top-ranking staff of the conglomerate. I'll be bringing you more details of that visit in the coming moments. Well, let's bring you more on the fuel situation in Nigeria. We're joined by the National PRO of IPMAN, Mr. Chinedu Okadike, who joins us from our Abuja studio. Mr. Okadike, well, I don't know how you are receiving this, but I can tell you how Nigerians are receiving this. They're not happy at all. This is yet another bitter pill to swallow for them, and they've had quite a number of those pills this year alone. Just in the space of about a month, they've had to down 2 of those pills. And the natural question is the timing, right? This is a time that Nigerians are already challenged. So maybe you can give us a sense of what the thinking is within your sector, because it looks like Nigerians expect one thing, and what is happening in that sector is another.
Well, thank you very much. I'm the National Publicity, Secretary. After our crisis in IPMAN, we were able to resolve, and positions were also adjusted to be able to accommodate every person. So I'm the National Publicity Secretary of IPMAN. Well, definitely, it comes so quick. The issue of diving into this deregulation policy. When the president removed subsidy, a lot of spectators were saying that it is too early, it would have waited for some time, and all the rest of them. And we, members of independent petroleum marketers, we brace up with the challenges of the deregulation and the full implementation of the PIA. We also started looking for tank farm. We have also acquired tank farm. We are also trying to trend towards what the deregulation policy can be. It's not going to be easy. Something that a product has been subsidized. There is no gain saying here that PMS was not subsidized by the federal government. Everybody knew it's something that the deaf can even see, that federal government was subsidizing PMS. And policymakers and government administrators, functionaries have come out openly to state clearly that the domestic product, PMS, will be determined by our foreign exchange. And our foreign exchange is not smiling. So much Naira is pursuing few dollar. All these things are circumstances that have driven us into this where we are today. And we, the independent marketers, from that day till now, will I say we have over 700% increase in terms of the volume of cash we are imputing in this business. This is a business we buy 45,000 liters of petroleum product with around 8.1 million liter, 8.1 million naira. Now, we are buying for that same 45,000 liter with close to 49 million naira. And it's taking a toll on the independent marketers. We are still borrowing money to be able to fund our filling stations and maintain our staffs and all the rest of them. So it has not been easy at all. As Nigerians are crying, we the independent marketers were also crying because the funds is very, very heavy. And the banks are not laughing over it. The banks are they're on us. We borrowed money to build some of these filling stations, and we have not even had the coupon of investment. So we are spending 49 million naira to have a truck of petroleum products. And that truck of petroleum products, when it goes off from the refinery or from the depot where you always have high BP, ensuring that there's nothing happening to the truck. And the roads are not good at all. Most of the drivers spend close to 1 week, 2 weeks on the roads, flying from Apapa, the coastal areas where this product can be able to get it to the dry areas. And it will take close to 2-3 weeks. The logistics is on us. The logistics is no longer shouldered by federal government that normally pays off PEF. We now take care of the logistics. We now take care of our staffs. We also take care of our huge investment. So it is not easy for independent marketers. That is why the national president today, Alhaji Megandi, after this morning show here this morning, called for a general meeting so that we can be able to sit down and look at the best way forward.
Well, Mr. Okadike, we were having a conversation with the national president of IPMAN earlier on, who had said that, for about 3 months now, that your money has been with the NNPC Limited, and I imagine for independent marketers. Can you confirm that?
Yes, our money has been with NNPC because NNPC is the only source where the independent marketers normally get their products a little bit cheaper.
So where have you been getting your products from then?
We have been getting from NNPC. We also buy from DAPMAN members. We also buy from MOMAN members. We can't fold our hands.
I mean in the space of the 3 months, pardon me, I mean in the space of the 3 months that he said that your money has been with the NNPCL and you've not gotten products from NNPCL. So what alternative source were you getting the products from specifically now?
That is what I'm trying to tell you. That we have products we buy from DAPMAN members. DAPMAN members, most of them who have this allocation don't have filling stations where they sell their product. So independent marketers will go to DAPMAN members to buy. We also go to MOMAN members to buy. And some of the ones that we can be able to get from NNPC retail, we also get from NNPC retail. We don't fold our arms. Wherever the product is open for us to go and buy, we'll go and buy. We are in tune with the willing buyer, willing seller relationship.
Right, so let me just get this clear because it's important to lay all the cards bare on the table. So if you're not getting from NNPCL, but you're getting from DAPMAN, MOMAN, that's major oil marketers, where are they getting the product from? Are they getting from NNPCL or somewhere else?
You know that NNPC have NNPC trading, and that is the company that is saddled with responsibility of debulking these petroleum products. You know, they sell to DAPMAN members in metric tons. They sell to MOMAN members in metric. They give them direct allocation, and when they give them direct allocation, these people will not take it to their tank farms. While they service their own little, their skeletal filling station here and there, they also use that opportunity to sell to independent marketers who are willing to buy at their own price. You know, with independent marketers, this product has not been allocated to us in bulk. And that is what the pertinence of why we were clamoring that Dangote should sell petroleum products directly to the independent marketers so that we can break the bulk. The essence of creating independent marketers is to break the bulk. We're no longer breaking the bulk. We go to DAPMAN members at their ways and heels. They will give us petroleum products the way they want. They might say they don't have. Like that NNPCL, we are in their portal. Is any time they have products, they give to us. They are the people that have been servicing us for a very long period of time. But when they don't have products, they cannot do magic. They will first of all service their own filling stations before they talk about the independent marketer. It is only when the product is available to them or allocation they got from NNPC trading that they can give to us. So we, the independent marketers, we are no longer independent. I keep on saying it. Right. We are not dependent on these people. And this is deregulation. Everybody must be given a free level grant for us to operate. We are not operating.
So, Mr. Okadike, let me get this right.
We will not buy.
Right, pardon me. So let me get this right. Because there's still a lot of things to understand with this sector, and it's always been like that. But I'm hoping that with this conversation, some things will be clearer to Nigerians. And that is this point that has been made. At some point, NNPC was said to be the sole off-taker. NNPC said, no, we don't want to be, but they went. They were the only ones who went to get product from Dangote. But we now understand that NNPC has quit its role as the middleman. So the question then is, who or what is stopping IPMAN or any other person, Petran, from approaching Dangote and saying, we're ready to get your products? You have products, after all, and you want to sell. So let's get these products. I mean, we have the Prime Minister of Grenada visiting Nigeria, for example, and people will put 1 + 1 together and say, Dangote may soon be exporting when there's a need at home. So who or what is stopping you from approaching Dangote to buy?
Well, before we were thinking that NNPC was shredding us from taking product directly from Dangote. But no, NNPC said they are no longer the sole off-taker. Anybody can go to Dangote and get petroleum products. Our national president visited Dangote and had a very, very serious engagement meeting with the management of Dangote, and also, illustrate the potentials of IPMAN. We have 90% of the whole retail outlets nationwide. We have the storage facility. As I'm talking to you, we have acquired our own storage facility in Calabar. We're also acquiring one in Lagos and another one in Port Harcourt. We are ready for this deregulation. We don't want to take the bench when other players are in the field, because we are the best players. In the nooks and crannies of this country, we are situated. So we have approached Dangote, and Dangote have looked at it and said, okay, after the last meeting, they are going to communicate to us. We said, okay, please communicate to us maybe to this week or next week, so that we can know the template of your prices, and we have the capacity to buy. We even have the capacity to take off all the Dangote products produced in a day. I stand to be challenged. We have the capacity to do that. So if Dangote is not talking to the independent marketer, I'd wonder what is the company policy. Because what the company should do is to look for those people who can offtake. That's the most important thing. Anybody that's coming to Nigeria to visit Dangote is for business interest. We have interest in Dangote. We are happy. No, now we don't have a mono source of petroleum product. Dangote is there to give us petroleum product. NNPC is there to give us petroleum through their refineries when they start working. We have some modular refineries which we have asked government to encourage to be able to give us versatile and numerous sources of getting petroleum products. So if these things are put in place, I also want to tell you that the competition have set in. The deregulation is real. But when you have only one company decided who they will sell to, when they will sell, and how they will sell, we are still having problems.
Well, it's quite a lot, really, to wrap our heads around. It looks like you are still expecting the deal with Dangote to happen. We really look forward to seeing how that plays out. But I know that the price will also be another issue for you. So maybe it's not all Uhuru just yet. You still look at the price and still weigh and say which one works out for you the most. But as at this moment, for those of you who have products, what is your price? What is your pump price at this moment now?
Well, we are still waiting for the new pump price to be communicated to us, because as I'm talking to you now, our only source of petroleum product is NNPCL. Most IPMAN members, most of them have not started loading, because they're also looking at the nature of the adjustment of NNPC retail outlet pumps. So they are also waiting to see how they can be able to manage the little product they have and bring out the best possible price. We're still waiting for NNPC. Our tickets are still trapped in there. Any moment from now, most of those tickets that are still trapped in there, we are going to load it out. When we load it out, they will now give us a new set of price. That new set of price, we can be able to now adjust our pumps.
No, I'm saying...
most of our filling stations are under lock and key.
Right, for the ones who still have products. And let's be clear, this is a product that initially was 855 Naira from the NNPC, right? So right now, what is your pricing? The NNPC has increased it to 998. So based on that, what is usually the consideration for you to set your price? If NNPC Limited, for example, in Lagos says 998, what would you be selling it? Why do you have to wait? I imagine that you just add your cost and you know what price. So who is deciding it for you? Is it NNPC? Is it IPMAN? Or business as it is, deregulated?
You see, factors of demand and supply determines price. Where we get our petroleum product is from NNPC. And as I'm talking to you this morning, the price and template price of NNPC that not yet confirmed is 1,045 naira. 1,045 naira. And if NNPC is setting their price in their pumps 1,045 naira, we the independent marketers, how can we be able to compete? We will also have to pay our transportation. So these are the things we want to discuss this evening. The president have called for us to discuss and know what is the range or the template whereby independent marketer can sell. But I want to also bet you, we don't want too much profit. We will not sell more than 1,100 or 1,150.
Okay, so 1,100, 1,150. We'll still talk about the whole, the structure really. Some have described this as some sort of monopoly in the making with the NPC Limited. I don't know how much that is impacting on you, because on the one hand, you have to work with the NNPC Limited by getting products from them. Then you go to the field, you have to maybe compete with them because they also have outlets out there. But I remember a statement that was made by billionaire Femi Otedola in the wake of the Dangote refinery rolling out products. And he was talking about the depot owners selling for scrap. Now that Dangote refinery is ready to work, I imagine that that may have struck some nerve within the industry. And some may say that maybe that's why we're seeing some sort of sabotage. Do you still see a role for the depot owners with Dangote? Is that maybe why there's some sort of, what some people have described as people working against Dangote from getting this product out?
Well, Dangote just built the refinery. Dangote still needs those stakeholders, the depot owners, because Dangote doesn't have any tank farm in Calabar. Why does he have tank farm in Ogara or Port Harcourt? No. Dangote must shift one of the biggest volume of his petroleum product through the vessel. And this thing is better done that way, and it's faster. Because if you are talking about, you are rolling out 300 trucks, where will the 300 trucks go? In this our roads that had been dilapidated, the trucks spend almost 4 or 5 days or even 1 week. The driver will even run away from that place, and all the rest of them, they'll sample the product. Some of the trucks, they will upside inside one hill and all the rest. Is it where you would, that is not a good system of distributing petroleum product. Dangote still need the DAPMAN members. I will not speak for DAPMAN members. I want to also let you know that all these things work in pari passu. Dangote need the DAPMAN members because those DAPMAN members are strategically located in the coastal areas of this country. And once 20 metric tons or 30 metric tons of PMS is moved to Calabar, moved to Agara, the issue of availability is gone. What we are now talking about is pricing.
Right.
Is pricing.
Okay.
That's
well,
what
Mr.
we're talking
Chinedu,
about now. It's pricing.
Yeah, Mr. Okadike, at least we've been able to get a sense of what your pricing might be after this with the 1,045 price. You'll be selling for 1,101, 150. But we'll keep our eyes peeled, get back to you right after that meeting. But we'll have to thank you so much. We've been speaking with Mr. Chinedu Okadike, who's National Publicity Secretary of IPMAN. Thank you once again.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll turn our attention to Benue State politics. It looks like two former governors are fighting for the soul of the opposition People's Democratic Party in that state. Former Governor Otom and Gabriel Suswam. Well, this has spiraled into a parallel executive of the state PDP. One said to have been monitored by INEC, the other not monitored by INEC, both laying claims. We're joined by Mr. Tim Yo, who's the publicity secretary of the PDP. He's loyal to the former governor Otom Group. Joins us virtually on the program this afternoon. Mr. Tim Yo, you're welcome to Lunchtime Politics. I know that there's been a lot of back and forth, but I'd just like to know if there's been a change in the course of events. Has peace been achieved now? I know it's a tricky one, but has there been some sort of resolution? Because I know that some of the elders in the state have tried to get into this.
Peace. Good afternoon. Yes, thank you for having me on your program. Peace is a process. And once people are intent, on achieving peace, it takes effort from both conflicting sides, to come to an agreement. Our ESCO has a mandate of reconciliation. We are reconciliatory in our approach. It is our intention to unite the party. PDP is one big united party in Benue State. So peace is on the table. Reconciliation is on the table. After a Congress, whatever form of elections that take place, there would always be grievances. And we believe that these are issues of grievances, and these are issues that can be addressed.
I'd like to also know what is at the heart of this. We've always said that it should be for the interest of the people, right? Your opposition in that state, so you're meant to provide alternative policies, hold the feet of government to the fire of sort. And I know there have been allegations that one group may be allied or in alliance with the APC government and all of that. And by the way, we had also invited the former Governor Gabriel Suswam's group to speak on this so we can have this Georgia. So what exactly is at the heart of this?
Well, for any election, like I said, there would always be grievances. There would always be people who, the dynamics of politics is that there are certain issues, there are certain elements, issues that must come up. One is, domination and control of structures. One is interest, whatever we call the interest, whether personal interest or the interest of the people. But the bottom line is that there is always room for grievances to take place. Otherwise, what we had in Benue was a very straightforward Congress. We had no issues whatsoever. Sorry, let me not say we had no issues whatsoever, but the processes that led to the Congress were done most appropriately.
Right.
So there are grievances, yes. And we, as an ESCO that has come in, we are open to reconciliation, like I said.
Well, let's wind down on this because I know that former Governor Suswam's group is doing some sort of inauguration of that fractional state working committee today. I don't know what the thinking is for your own group. I imagine you're not attended. But what does that do to an already, challenged party? By the way, you're meant to unite to at least, will I say, fight the party in power. So what is the optics looking like with this inauguration? Would it widen the conflict some more?
It is quite unfortunate because for an inauguration to take place, it means a Congress must have preceded the inauguration. Our Congress preceded the inauguration, which was done immediately. But for the other supposed Congress, because there was no Congress, only one Congress took place in Benue. That Congress was a Congress that was constitutionally mandated from the Secretariat. It was handled by the electoral, it was
right.
The Secretariat empaneled a committee to come and conduct the elections.
Well,
they came, met with...
so here's what we'll do, Mr. Tim. We're totally out of time.
Yes.
We're just hoping to get some sense into this, but this is an ongoing conversation. But we'd like to thank you so much for speaking with Mr. Tim, who is a public secretary PDP. He's loyal to the former Governor Samuel Otom's group. Thank you for your time. Well, there you have it. You've been served. But politics clearly never sleeps. So stay with us right here on Channels Television. We'll keep our eyes on the fuel situation and all the other political stories. I'm Coyote Okikiola. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.